Hello, friends and neighbors. Stevie Coyle here at Mighty Fine Guitars in Lafayette, California, home of the Tri-Cities area. Got to work on that. Nice to see you. Come on in. I'm going to check and make sure that things are happening here. Come on in. This week, I'm going to show you, a couple of weeks ago, and I was busy last week, some shoppers came in and screwed up my webcast. But 2 weeks ago, I showed you a Tom Ribbecke Halfling guitar, half flat top acoustic, half arch top electric. And I played you the acoustic part, and today I thought I'd play you the electric part. But let me first make sure that we're swinging here. Looks like it. All right. There we go. And here it is. Come on in. Whoever it seems like there are 4 of you that always jump right on. So thank you very much for jumping right on. Do feel free to share this webcast with other folks. Just hit the little share button, and you can either post it to your page or call upon friends that you know in Facebook Messenger to come and join the fun. It's going to be a real quick little adventure today, though. Look at this thing. Somebody, please buy this. I have no particular use for this guitar, and there are dozens in here. But this one makes my toes shoot up in my boot, if you know what I mean. And like I say, I have no particular use for it, but it is a gorgeous thing. It plays great. It's a totally easy play. It sounds wonderful both acoustically and electrically. Oh, and let me know if we've got sounds happening. Please do. Pipe right up. Hi, David Hilliard. Hi, Nancy Paul. Michael Ferrucci. All good in Livermore. Very good, Michael Ferrucci. You fine fretted friend, you. Hi, Klaus and Cindy Zingraf. Very good. Have you got sounds? Sound is great. Thank you, Christian. Happy days to all you folks up there in Yosemite, or as some people pronounce it, Yosemite. People who shall remain nameless, but their initials are TFG. I've got a little Hendrickson amp over here, and here's what the guitar sounds like. Kind of acoustically, totally acceptable, cool sound. Kind of some of that arch top sound that was... I have another little guitar in here from the 30s that has that kind of slender, chunky, heavily saturated sort of sound where all the notes jump off the top at the same time when you're playing chords. And designed, of course, to cut through the sound of horns and woodwinds and all that stuff in big bands before electricity took over and we got electrified guitars. It's got some of that. It's got some sweetness as well, some regular old acoustic sweetness. That low end, it's anomalous is what it is. I shouldn't be able to get that big bass sound out of a guitar this slender and that looks like this with violin style bridge action where the pressure on the top is down instead of up. Most steel string guitars, the string pressure is pulling the top up, and that's what's stressing the top and causing the sound to jump off the top. This one, it's violin style. I'm not accustomed to that amount of bass coming off of an archtop guitar, and it's so beautiful. Maple, rock candy maple. Look at that, just gorgeous. The top is Sitka spruce. The top is half flat top and half arched. Armstrong pickup, which I'm going to play for you right now. So just first 2 chords in the Mickey Baker book. And that's what I know about jazz right there, pretty much. That Mickey Baker book scared more people away from playing jazz. If you're not familiar with it, those of you that are know where I'm going with this. But if you're not familiar with it, it was a fairly slender book, but you'd open the first page and there would be, I don't know, 60 or 70, maybe 100 little chord diagrams on the first page. And the instructions on the overleaf were memorize these chords, then turn the page. What the hell? And these were hard chords. These were chords with numbers in them, you know, big numbers, and impossible fingerings that normal human beings would probably not use in a million years. That's what I call bottom-up instruction, where you start people off with the basics, as it were. myself, I teach Tuesdays and Wednesdays online and in the shop, so hit me up. I firmly believe that for most of us, we respond better to a top-down approach, where you learn how to play something, and then you back-engineer all the theory and technique that you need to play that particular song. And that's the way. That way it's playing music. It's not working music. They don't call it working music. Oh yeah, I was working music the other day. What? Here's what it sounds like amplified. And I'll kick the amp. I'll kick the microphone over that direction a little bit too. Now, I don't purport to be a jazz guitarist, but this is kind of what I think of, is especially if I trim off some of the presence and the treble out of this Hendrix amp weighs, I don't know, 7 or 8 pounds, and it kicks butt. It's really terrific. On loan from the gentleman who owns the guitar. So I peeled off just a little bit of that kind of acoustic brightness, and I've kind of attenuated the high end a little bit to give it more of that smooth, mid-rangey sound. Wow, that's really something. Yeah, let me give you a little more volume because I'm not sure you're hearing the whole thing there. The amp is just clean as a whistle too, Hendrickson. Phew, boy. In fact, let me turn away from the microphone altogether so you hear, presumably, we'll find out, just the amp. Like that. Oh, golly, that's not a pretty picture, is it? Sorry about that. And you know what? Playing a guitar that's really different from what you usually play is very inspiring. There was a gentleman in yesterday that played a couple of the Terzes that I have in here. I'll show you the Terzes next week. There are 2 of them in the shop at the moment. Little teeny guitars, short scale, very small, with the design ethic in mind of being tuned up 3 frets, G to G, instead of E to E. He played that, and he was finding all kinds of new, cool stuff that just had never occurred to him before because his expectations were being thwarted. Pretty cool. Let me read you a little bit about this. How much is it, you ask? And well, you might. Please buy it. Get it the hell out of here so I don't buy it myself. $59.95. It's quite wonderful. Again, maple back and sides, maple neck. In fact, the neck is pretty gorgeous too. Check that out. Sitka spruce top, built not strictly by Tom Ribbecke, but by a studio of his. A bunch of builders got together and built a bunch of these halflings, this is called. The model is called the halfling. And what a cool guy. Didn't even put his name at the top here, Ribbecke, R-I-B-B, capital R, small I, small b, E-C-K-E, Ribbecke. Put the name of the model of the guitar up here, the halfling, because it was kind of a consortium of builders worked on this. And there were only a few of them made. Let me read you a bit about it. There are now 2 distinctly separate entities, Ribbecke Guitar Corporation, which produces the Halfling guitar and Halfling bass, and Ribbecke guitars. Tom's private practice, where he continues to handcraft truly exceptional museum-quality archtops of exquisite design, for which he is world famous. It's true. Starting in 2003, and by the way, this is a 2007, RGC, Ribbecke Guitar Corporation, began building Tom's Halfling and the Bobby Vega bass. Later, they introduced the lauded Halfling jazz guitar. Currently, RGC builds an impressive line of guitars and basses. This is the jazz guitar. Got the electric pickup and everything. I'm going to turn that up even more. Talk with all by myself. No one to talk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Something like that. Hey, misbehaving, saving my love for you. I know for certain, no one I love. I'm through with flirting, just you I'm thinking of. Hey, misbehaving, saving my love. Maybe not the best key for Stevie to sing in. Well, let me tell you a little bit more about Ribbecke guitars, and then I'll let you go because it's lunchtime. I want you to go out and make use of recess now. The soundboard is flat on the bass side and arched on the treble side. The Halflings are capable of large, full fundamental bass, as I demonstrated earlier with this. Crazy sounds out of an ostensibly electric guitar. Halflings are capable of large, full, fundamental bass response with the ability to hear and distinguish all of the notes of a complex chord when ringing together. Wonderful. The term saturation and articulation often means something completely opposite, but when you occasionally bump into a guitar, it kind of does both. Let me turn back up here. This back over. So for fingerstyle jazz, which is, I played you the two pieces I know that are kind of like that. For that, where you want articulation and saturation, wonderful guitar for that. Delicious guitar. Read you a little bit more about it and off you go. By combining the flat-top steel string guitar with an arch top, we've combined the best of both worlds, and it's true. This one is in great shape. This is in fantastic shape. It's from 2007, and it's available here at Mighty Fine Guitars in Lafayette, California. MightyFineGuitars.com. No spaces, no capitalization, nothing fancy, no punctuation marks, none of that kind of password stuff. MightyFineGuitars.com. Head on over. I'm updating the website. There's a few more guitars to go up there, but most of the guitars that are in the shop are up there on the website, and it's ridiculous. As I always say, I take no credit for what walks in the door here. I sit here and do my thing. I do my website. I do my email. I do my social media. I give lessons, and people walk in the door with guitars like this. Go figure. I got the best job in the world. Sorry, kids. The best one is taken, and I locked out this time around. All right, let me check and see if there are any comments or questions. Otherwise, do feel free, please, to pass this along to anybody else you think might be interested in this. Hi, Joel. Adult chords. Yes, those were adult chords, precisely. Tom is a master, Michael Ferrucci says, and who would know? Michael Ferrucci had a wonderful shop out here in Livermore called Fine Fretted Friends for years and years, and he knows his stuff. And Michael Ferrucci says, S-E-Z, you couldn't do better for the money, worth every penny, and it's money in the bank. True fact. Hi, Gene Catalano Lingenbach. Nice to see you. Todd Rensma, Barry Burris, Frank Troncalli. Love it. Isn't it great, Frank? Frank's a wonderful builder himself. Frank Troncalli, Truncale. Wonderful. Plenty of natural reverse. All the best to you. Bye-bye.